Michael LaVega. A hero CEO, I will go Magneto for my people. Give me liberty or death, that is my...
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Giants. Two teams have met in Super Bowl 35 down in Tampa. The Ravens and Giants are underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. Another run here with Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Well, I would have figured out to the 9-yard run on the previous play. Getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's good for a Raven first down. 15 yards there.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
They go play action with Jackson. That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. Here's Jackson. That's complete. Left side to Bateman. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3. Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game. Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early. Dobbins. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step. They'll try to run with Dobbins, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown. Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. They'll start by running the option to the right. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Taylor. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So far, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Play action, it's Taylor. Rolling to his right, and that is incomplete. The Giants at a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one. And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that. On 2nd down, Taylor's throw incomplete. Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3. Hurry. Again, it's Taylor. And it's is incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And Gano is going to miss this one left. Oh, it's no good for Gano. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Looked like you might have overcompensated there for being on the right hash because you've got to make sure you get the angle right. But that time he started it too far left and winds up hooking it way too far.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. That's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler, first-round pick back in 2012. Jackson from the shotgun. Looking deep downfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked by Julian Love. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
After the interception, here's Taylor. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And it's incomplete. Oh, it would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. And the first play will be a field goal try. The wind is at his back here in the second quarter. Gano's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the interception set up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And some room to work. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he will finally be taken down at the Giants' 36-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dee Ford able to record his 5th sack of the season. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Panther 11, Panther 11. 65 catch.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Taylor looking for Shepard deep. This is caught at the 20. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. From the red zone now, here's Taylor on 1st down. And this one too low.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Play action, now Taylor. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession here as they got it at their own 4-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson, option right. And now off to the races, down the right side. The 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy is simply sensational.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
To throw again on second down. Taylor. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
But these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. A handoff running left is Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Jackson now off the bootleg. Flushed out right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Okay, ready?
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. To throw on 2nd and 10. Taylor. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On first down, it's Taylor. Pass to Bellinger on the crossing route. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Ravens are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
Trying to lay one up deep. He's got him in, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Jackson. He's going to take another shot here. And this is caught. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Jackson. He'll find Bateman once more. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snaps, and they're there and they end up making the play.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Play action. Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And he is such a tough quarterback to defend because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket, big plays result downfield.
They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens are able to add on to their first half lead. Tucker with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Okay, break. Hey.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
19 driver. Back at 60. 19 Lions.
Looking to throw again on second down. Taylor.
Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And that's complete to Shepard. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big-time play there for the G-Men. 58 yards. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And that's a rare bright spot in what's overall been a pretty poor showing so far. But you got to figure, when you're down a bunch, why not take some big shots? And they connect on that one.
Throwing again, it's Taylor. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Daniel Bellinger with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Giants are able to cut into that deficit. Gano the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The touchdown here to kick it away.
Jadon Mickens now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Oh, the option, here's Drake. Takes it to about the 37.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A give up the middle to Dobbins.
Oh, what
a move. 50 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Hey.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now a first carry for their fullback. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They go play action now. Jackson. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. The 40. 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the end zone, this is Mickens. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot. Up 2 scores here in the third quarter. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. They go play action with Jackson. His throw incomplete. Gus Edwards, the one he was looking for. And that takes us from second to third down.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Jackson. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Kayvon Thibodeaux beat the O-line and recorded the sack. The Ravens send their punter out now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. With it is Jackson. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. On 2nd and 10, Taylor. He finds his man, complete. It's Hudson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Taylor will throw. Throwing deep for Galladay. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. It's Barkley on the counter. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Big Lion. Warrior 70.
They go play action now. Taylor. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Ravens are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, get me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
They'll start with the option.
And some room to run now. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. And Taylor's throw there should have been intercepted, but it's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And this is caught. A big play there for the Giants. 51 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Barkley will score. Touchdown, New York. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point try good by Gano. And now things going to get more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Play action. It's Jackson. Man open is Robinson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jackson. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson now. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. So he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Jackson to throw. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Throwing now is Jackson. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 19. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Every yard they gain, getting them better and better field position, and obviously a field goal makes this a 2-score contest. That's really all they need.
And that means for your play caller, he's not looking to the attack portion of his sheet, right? He's looking for, okay, what do we have that's going to keep us in a good spot? No lost yardage plays. Let's kick a field goal and go up 2 scores. If we score a touchdown, great. But that's not what you're really playing for.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Now Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Tucker now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now Taylor. This pass into the hands of Bellinger.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Taylor.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Again, it's Taylor. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
19 right.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
On the set. Trap 50, trap 50.
Maybe a free play now for Taylor. And they're waving pressure too much. Down he goes. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also You might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot. But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Ravens, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll return home.
Dollar. Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I met the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers.